Well, Creed 2. Is it a good movie? Yes. Is Creed 1 better in almost every single way? Yes. With one key exception. Victor Drago and Ivan Drago are far better in this movie than the Irish, what was his crime? Like assault and battery? He was going away for 5 years, so that must have been a really good assault. But yeah, so way much more character development with those guys than the Irish guy. Which, come to think about it, the way this movie is shot, you could totally, and I'm not being joking here, you could totally flip the script, shoot it from the Drago's perspective, and make it an underdog coming of age. Even though he's this strong and powerful, it's him trying to build up his reputation to redeem his father. Because while I was kind of thinking it was going to be the whole, Ivan Drago was big strong guy who beat the puny American, you would think they would do the same gimmick here, where it's just, he's here, he's strong, he's going to represent the Russian government, long live communism and all that jazz. Thankfully, that's not the point of this. The point of this, at least from the Drago's perspective, is Victor is fighting for his father. Even though it's through a hatred and rage, it's at the people who abandoned him. After he lost the fight to Rocky, he lost everything. His wife walked out on him. And it's not one of those, the wife walked out on him, but it's like, oh no, secretly he's lying to his son. No. She walked out. And when she comes back for that scene, you show there is no love or connection whatsoever. Ivan shows more love for his son than anything. And it shows within Victor. Victor is fighting to redeem his father's honor, to redeem everything they lost. Not because he wants it, but because he feels for his father. He loves his father, and that's just powerful. Granted, we don't get that much time with it, but little things like that really up it. And it's to the point where when Drago's fighting, at least after the second one, you'll see, you'll want to root for him. You kind of feel bad for the guy. Like, you want this to work out for him and Adonis. And yeah, Adonis, little unclear in the beginning. It seems like he fought out of fear and then other stuff happens. But yeah, it's basically a Rocky film. You know how it's going to work. He's going to lose in some manner, and he's going to build up, he's going to rally, and he's going to come back. A kind of paint-by-your-number style Rocky, which I enjoy. It's a really good movie. The only thing I'm going to say is, you can tell what they're trying to do. The entire point of this is to make a movie where Creed is the predominant character, Michael B. Jordan, and they're going to try to slowly peel away Rocky. Because comparatively to the first film, where it was basically Adonis' story along with Rocky's, this one is all Adonis's, with very little bit of Rocky and very little bit of the Dragos and all that stuff. So it's them testing the waters to see if they can actually do a standalone Creed film. When I mean standalone, I mean Rocky's not going to be that big of a deal. More of a side character, maybe a couple of inspirational things. But honestly, I don't think they should do another one. Like, the story's pretty well written at this point. Granted, you could say the same thing after Rocky 2, which, even though it's Creed 2, this is basically a sequel to Rocky 4, so after watching it right before going to go see this film, it kind of connects not bad. Though, I'm a little sad there is no robot. There is no magical talking robot that, what's-his-name has a crush on. My apologies. But, yeah, it's one of those movies, guys. Is it great? No. But this is definitely worth a watch. I would definitely say yes. Worthy of being on my top 10, I can promise you that, though not probably high on the list. Because unlike a lot of films this year, this one's actually good. But it's just a lot of stuff that they could have done better was done in the first Creed. And yeah, it's kind of like in the Rocky symptoms, where the first Rocky I would still say is the best. Second one starts to down bit. Third, yeah, and then fourth kind of gets it back a little bit with the whole anti-communist thing, and just they go with the insanity, and then 5 and 6 they're okay. But yeah, Creed, the first one's just so much better. Except for, once again, the Dragos, which I feel that alone gives this movie the credit that it needs to actually stand on its own and actually thrive. And also, to the people who do the action scenes in this, the choreography, just amazing. When Adonis is doing his little fight, pre-game warm-up, basically, for the press and everything, when he's doing that 1-2 combo, the uppercut jab and working. I worked with drills like that stuff as a martial artist, and let me tell you, 1, not easy to do. 2, not easy to shoot. And 3, not easy to shoot it and make it look effortlessly and natural the way they do it. And Michael B. Jordan, don't know if he's an actual, fighter of some sort, but clearly he's got some good training under him. And it's the little things like that. Also, one thing I got to nitpick in this, and I'm sorry, to his, girlfriend, now wife, B, or Bianca, I think her name is. Really? God. I don't like her singing. I'm sorry. I know she's deaf and that's the whole gimmick, and she's singing these songs, and it seems like they're trying to go somewhere with it, but they don't. And then she sings in Russia, and then just... if you like that style of music, fine, more power to you. It's just that it felt disconnected, and even the soundtrack in this, even though it's a Creed film and homage to Rocky, they have the Rocky moment, but it's just, it feels disingenuous. It doesn't feel like the same connection like it did in the first film, and I feel bad for comparing this constantly to the first Creed, which I still hold is so amazing. Sylvester Stallone should have won Best Supporting Actor, I'm sorry, and the fact he was nominated makes me happy, but he should have won, because he did exactly what supporting actor is supposed to do. Raise up the main character with their own side stuff to actually correlate to what's happening. But that's a nitpick for another day. And honestly, Oscars and Academy Awards, I'm a little fed up with them at the moment. Try to get rid of Kevin Hart just for a couple of stupid, actually really funny tweets from about 10 years ago. Really? But that's neither here nor there. So, final thoughts on Creed 2. Not as good as the first one, but still a really good movie. If you like the Rocky series or the Creed series, definitely a worth, at least a matinee at the minimum here, guys. I mean, the shots look great. The cinematography looks great. My camera's running low on power, so I might want to make this a little bit quicker. Yeah, sorry. These should go up relatively soon within succession. There was a gap between... I think it was Fantastic Beasts and Robin Hood. I've been having issues with YouTube. Apparently a lot of people have been having issues. People having issues with social media all over the place. One of the guys I just listened to on YouTube got his Patreon taken away for reasons. So, if I'm still here, guys, why would YouTube get rid of me? I'm such a small blip that literally 10,000 of me don't even equate to one Team 4-star. Anyway, though, guys. So, I'm rambling here. I'm looking forward to next week for Christmas. We got Deadpool. We got Into the Spider-Verse. So good. And, okay, you guys can stop here. I gotta get something off my chest quickly. So there's gonna be a slight rant. I'm gonna put a little in the description for the time slot if you want to just hear my rant on this. But here's the thing. Oh my God. Captain Marvel. Really? Can we knock it off with the freaking political statements? Please. Listen. Captain Marvel, the original, is magnificent. The original one before the new Neo crazy crud just... new Marvel sucks. But the old one, she was motherly, strong, powerful, compassionate. She was, as one of the teachers I talked to later described her, supermom. She is. She loves the world and the world loves her back. She's basically the Marvel's equivalent of Wonder Woman, even though they already have that on, but that's another story for another day. Brie Larson cannot, by the way, this is a tangent for this because I actually did see that trailer in this. Brie Larson cannot emote. And if that's the entire point, that she's supposed to have no emotions and the arrogance and it's supposed to go away by the end of the movie, I am happy for that. But seriously, they are doing nothing but playing up the fact that she is a female, and that is it. No character development, no sense of the plot, nada, zip. Meanwhile, for next week into the Spider-Verse, we have Miles Morales. Be it Marvel's I would never say the biggest, if not one of the biggest African-American heroes they've ever created. Oh, also, he's Hispanic and bilingual, so you know what? We got two little diversity things there. No one's mentioning any of that. No one's bringing it up in detail. And you know what? Comparatively, Into the Spider-Verse looks 1,000 times better than Captain Marvel. With the exception for the aesthetics, because the special effects in Captain Marvel actually look good. I'm not going to take that away from it. The energy blast look legit. The Skrull, the Kree, the cities look really good. It's standard for Marvel fare, and it actually looks very reminiscent to that of Guardians of the Galaxy. That looks good. That needs a plot and a decent emotion from that character. And also, Nick Fury, why are you acting that way? Why? You are not Goofy Guy. You are not the funny sidekick. You're not. That was Phil Coulson, may he rest, or is alive, technically, according to S.H.I.E.L.D., even though I heard rumors that he died in the series. I think someone was just messing with me. But literally, I'm looking forward so much to that Spider-Man universe. It's got everything, guys. It's got Miles Morales. It's got Peter Parker. I think that's Peter Parker, if I remember correctly. Because I thought it was Ben Parker for a little bit, but then in the last trailer, I'm pretty sure they did say it was Peter. You got L.A. Noire-style Spider-Man. You got Penny Parker. You got Gwen Stacy as Spider-Girl. Well, no, not Spider-Girl, but, you know, Gwen Stacy, Spider-Man, Spider-Woman. I forget what, I think it's Spider-Gwen is the terminology for her, but anyway. Then you got Spider-Ham. Literally, you got 6 amazing versions of Spider-Man. Even though, technically, 2 of them are female and 1 of them's a pig, but we'll work with it. Such good characters and such a good plot, and from what I've seen, if they're going to follow the actual Spider-Verse story from the comic, you got so much potential here to work with. And there's actual emotion and character, and he's actually, like in the latest trailer, Miles is walking through his neighborhood, he's acting kind of like how a kid should act, he's emoting, he's talking Spanish because that's part of his heritage. You got so much out of that. Meanwhile, in Captain Marvel, which is just getting nothing but praise from a lot of people, and like I said, the effects look really good, and I hope it's good. I want it to be good. It's coming out literally 2 months before Avengers Endgame, and that trailer looked actually pretty decent. But, except for why is Nebula not with Captain America, but whatever. Just so much of Marvel is coming out, and I mean, literally, like I said, next week is Deadpool and Deadpool into the Spider-Verse. This went on a tangent quick, guys, but I've been building it up for a while. I've been wanting to talk about it. And unfortunately, while shooting the Creed video, I saw literally 2 of those trailers earlier today. So, just wanted to get that off my chest. So yeah, like I mentioned, next week I got Spider-Verse, Deadpool. I don't care if it's a PG-13 version of Deadpool 2. Ryan Reynolds got Frank Salvage. He's doing the whole Princess Bride thing. You know what? I don't care. I'll pay the money. I owe Ryan Reynolds a lot of back credit for after the... Oh god, the years I gave him crap for the original Deadpool, well, you know, from X-Men Origins, and the years I gave him crud for Green Lantern. I owe him so much backlog, it's not even funny. I got freaking Toon Blast on this game because of him, so... Well, if you like Candy Crush, play Toon Blast. It's actually quite enjoyable until you get to around level 600 and you want to rip your hair out. Anyway, though, guys. I missed doing this. Hopefully I'll be back. Hopefully this will go up after the Wreck-It Ralph trailer. So, I mean, the Wreck-It Ralph movie review I made. So, hopefully everything will be fixed. Anyway, though, guys, I'm rambling now, but wanted to get that off my chest. I'm glad to be back. As always, I'm Kevin Riley, signing off, and I'll see you all next time. Later.